Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, after 6 years of parking the truck outside, they finally got me. I got mice. Now I don't think they've done any damage yet, but I need to get them gone. If you want some tips and some ideas on how you can keep critters out of your car, truck, or RV when you store it, stick around. I'll show you some things that I picked up, and hopefully I can keep these little squatters gone and they don't come back. So the last time I had my truck in for service was basically like late spring or early summer. So it was due now, so a few days ago I took it in. Now I dropped it off and I was waiting for it, and it wasn't just more than a few minutes when the service advisor comes out and says, "We got a problem." And I'm going, what's going on? He goes, "He got a mouse infestation." I'm going, oh geez. So, I hadn't seen any sign of them, but I knew I needed to take care of them right away. Nothing scampering around the engine bay, nothing inside the truck, no little Roman arches in the floorboard area, those kind of signs that there's mice. But all I knew is I had to get some stuff right away, so I'm going to show you guys what I got. Now, if you've never had mice in a vehicle before, it can be a pretty big problem. They can wreak havoc. They can chew on wires, they can destroy interior material for nesting, they can get into air filters and anything that's paper like that. They leave droppings everywhere. And if the nests are just in the wrong spot, they actually could cause a fire. So you want to take care of them right away. Now, I had a 63 Corvair that I stored in a barn a little bit up north of here. And I had a mouse problem in that. But that was a classic car that I stored. But, this truck is my daily driver. I was really surprised that I had mice in here. Now, they went through it. We never did find a nest. So I'm hoping there's not one. And I'm really, really hoping that they didn't put a nest under the dash somewhere. Well, I've been through the truck on the inside and out a little bit, and I'm not finding anything. But either way, I want to get these guys gone. A little bit of a disclaimer is that the products that I try here, I'm not sponsored by them or the brands or anything like that. It's just stuff that I paid for at Menards, and I'm going to give it a try, and we'll see what works. So first up is probably the most recommended and the most common, and that's dryer sheets. And I've been told the stinkier, the better. If you're storing the vehicle, you can just lay these around inside, in the footwells, under the seats, on the seats, up in the rear window area if you have one, and even in the engine bay. Just be sure to pull those out before you drive it in the spring. One place I'd put these in a stored vehicle is between the headliner and the sun visors. That's where the mice made a really nice hole in my old Corvair. I'm going to put a few of these under the hood along the fender areas in spots where I think they'll stay put and not get too hot or wet. So another option that I picked up is the Tomcat rodent repellent. Now, Tomcat's probably more known for making poisons that you can put in places, but this one is supposedly non-toxic, which is nice. It's safe to use around kids and pets, and it's definitely made out of natural things like cinnamon oil, garlic, and peppermint oil. It's also water resistant, so I think it's going to work well with the truck. It's more commonly used around basement windows and vents and under decks and things like that, but I think it'll work well in the engine bay and underneath it a little bit. I hope it gets those guys out of there, and it's not going to leave any toxins on the ground for like squirrels or cats or anything that happen to just come underneath the truck. I don't want to hurt any animals like that, but I want to get these mice out of here. Now, dryer sheets you're going to need to replace every few weeks because the scents will disappear. But this is rain resistant, and I'm hoping it'll be less frequent reapplications when applying and spraying it around the engine bay here. So one thing I'm trying to do is avoid spraying on electrical stuff. I just want to get that aroma in here. I'm going to go ahead and give the liner under the hood a little bit of spray too. It's really washing here. There's a lot of leftover mud, or dirt I should say. Use a more water resistant spray here in the wheel wells. So if you wanted to go with something else other than Tomcat, who's been more commonly known for making poisons, I did pick up another option. Now this one is probably more green friendly, maybe. It is Grandpa Gus's Rodent Repellent Spray. This too has the essential oils like peppermint and cinnamon. It's also a pump spray bottle as opposed to the aerosol, if that matters to you. All I know is I'm hoping that it can get in there and get those mice out of there. One thing is, it does run a little bit more money, and it's a smaller bottle, so you may have to buy two. And I'm not sure how it will do in terms of how it will last. It may need more applications. It does not say it's water resistant, so this might be something that you might want to spray inside the vehicle, perhaps. It does leave a nice scent, so I'm not worried about that. It doesn't smell toxic or gross or anything. But, yeah, let's hope it works. The Grandpa Gus stuff is definitely more like a mist. Again, I'm going to use some of this stuff right around the edges here. I'm going to spray a little bit in here just to make sure they don't come on the inside of the cabin. Not a lot. I don't want it to smell too much in here, but any bit will help. And I'll do the same at the driver's side. Just a little bit. So the fourth and final option I picked up was this. It's the Fresh Cab Botanical Rodent Repellent. Now these pouches came highly recommended by my Nissan guy. He said that he uses them on his farm to keep mice out of his horse tack barns. So I'm thinking if they'll keep mice out of there, they should keep mice out of my truck. These pouches have more of a fresh scent rather than a spice oil smell, and the active ingredient is actually balsam fir oil. These pouches should last up to 30 days and work best when they're about 8 square feet apart. You should avoid getting these wet, so I'm not sure they'll work well in the engine bay, but I'm going to drop a couple of these down under my deck drawer system in the back, just to keep any mice from making a home in there. Alright, so while using all four of these products at once might be a little bit overkill, but since I don't have any mechanical problems yet, I think it's worth it. If these don't work, I guess I'll have to resort to keeping live owls in my truck. No, seriously, have you guys used any of these products before? And what was your result with it? What was your best solution to keeping mice out of your cars, trucks, and RVs? Please leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, that would be great too. So share too, that would be great. So until the next one, you guys take it easy and go get lost on some beautiful back roads.